Thank you so very much for the likes, shares, views, subscribes, the comments, generous donations in all forms. Latasha, thank you so very, very much. I appreciate your kindness, your loving warmth, your generosity. I appreciate you. Let's ring the bell. Let's clear out the energy, and we're going to see what the message the Spirit has. Y'all, I am traveling, but wanted to go live. I was going to do it in the room, but the room is just kind of like a room. So we're just going to see what the message the Spirit has. Ooh. Someone sees through the veil. They see, like, they finally get clarity on what somebody was doing. They understand why somebody was doing it. They don't agree with it, but they understand now why somebody was doing whatever it was that they was doing. And it leaves a bitter taste in their mouth. You know, because like this person was looking up to this other person. You know, like you got a favorite uncle or you got a favorite aunt, and they were looking up to that person. You know, confirmation. They were looking up to that person, like putting a lot of stock into what they were saying, what they were doing, thinking that they was leading the way. But this person, they already knew the truth. They were just afraid to allow like reality and reason speak. They were afraid to wake up to the fact that somebody that they love, cherish, respect, adore is and was a crook the entire time. It's like somebody is learning the lesson that it's time for them to love themselves. Not just go around saying, oh, I love myself, but in all things and in all ways showing that they love themselves. It's like, you know, somebody realized they're in the matrix because they were doing the exact same thing that everybody else was doing. And they realized how many people had their eyes closed doing that stupid shit. That's how they realized they was in the matrix. Hey, Demita. Hi, loving is lovely. Hey, Malcolm. Hey, Robert. Now they appreciate seeing you walk, stand, and fight for truth. You walk in your truth, you stand in your truth, and you fight for your truth. They appreciate seeing that now. And they know that you won because you stood in your truth. Y'all, before we close today, I want you to be able to see the view that I'm seeing. It's beautiful out here. Bottom of the deck, awakening genius. Somebody's waking up. They have to. And them waking up is realizing that, you know what, there was a lot of lies, a lot of misconceptions that they allowed themselves to believe. The lies, the misconceptions, smoke and mirrors, everything has been exposed and revealed. This is what they allowed themselves to do. You know, because it's like this, the roses kiss that person that they just adored. They had to realize that that person, you know, even though they was like saying the words, I love you, you're my boy, you're my girl, you're my favorite, you're this, I got you, I'm doing this for your good, for your benefit. They knew that that was just a lie. This person had to allow themselves to quiet their mind so that they could realize everything that was going on. They realized that they had to love themselves with that beautiful uncaging, because, the answer comes from within. That's what they always say. The answers come from within. And now this person is feeling like, even though they're upset that this person, lied to them, they're feeling better about them knowing the truth. And they kind of feel the pressure of the world. And the pressure of the world that they're feeling is not so much that it's like a heavy pressure. It's just waking up to that truth that they were in the matrix. They continue to believe confirmation, all the bullshit, even though this person knew that it was just bullshit. This person has to willingly release what is no longer making sense. They have to willingly release what is not reality. Something about this earth magic and this great big love. It's almost like they have to plant their feet firmly on the ground. You know how you have to just remain grounded in everything that you do and everything that you say? It's like this person had to remain grounded so that they could love themselves more. Because it's impossible to love yourself and have your feet up in the air. Not being able to see the truth. Now this person feels like they are in perfect harmony. Their mind, their spirit, their body, their soul. Because they're allowing themselves to see it is what it is, the truth. Yeah, this person is realizing that, this close encounters and birds of a feather. It's like I said, this person is realizing, allowing themselves to realize that they were in the matrix. They were a bird of a feather flocking together because everybody was doing the same bullshit. They was believing the same lie. They was walking the same path. They were having the same encounter. They was doing the same thing. But now as somebody is taking a higher view, and it's like that's what was closed off is now broken open. I'm hearing that song, A Whole New World. Y'all know I can't sing. I hope that y'all know what song I'm trying to sing, because those are the only words I know. Yeah, and this person now they are healing their heart. Hey, James and Biscuit, how are you? Hey, Imani. Hi, EQRC. Who's the witch? Hi, Mr. Anderson. Yep, exactly. Yeah, somebody needed to take a deep breath. And they needed to go somewhere uncharted. And it's not so much they had to go off to an uncharted sea. It's just that, they had to take a deep breath. And they had to go within. They had to realize, they had to take that deep breath and say, you know what? If it's a lie, it's a lie. I just have to get past that part. I have to understand what the truth is. I have to see what's really going on. I can't kid myself anymore. I can't lie to myself anymore. They had to take that deep breath because a lot of people are afraid to do that. Hey, Beatrice, how are you? Yeah, and then taking a deep breath, deciding to do what was right, what was righteous. That's a powerful purpose. That is them filling out that gap in between. The land in between. The land in between being miserable, believing a lie, or being happy, knowing the truth. Somebody realized that somebody that they put a lot of stock in. It was like there was a game that they was playing. They put a lot of stock in, but in the end, they're finding out that, you were always this royal you with your heart. No matter what they did, no matter what they tried, it's almost like they couldn't bring you down. They couldn't get you to be a part of the matrix. They couldn't fool you. They couldn't pull the wool over your eyes. Someone is looking at you now, even though they used to be, with that veil over their eyes. Now that they've uncovered their own eyes, and they're looking at you with a lot of respect. Because they're thinking about the times when they was trying to bring you down, put you under, and you stood up to them too. Not only did you stand up to them, you told them about themselves. You let it go. And it's almost like this person felt like you let them go. And it wasn't that you let them go, it was just that you let them find themselves. You let them have to figure out what their life is about. See, this person, you had a wish, and this person has a wish. You know what? I feel like you had a wish that whatever that you were saying to this person, truth that you were providing to this person, that they would open up their heart and they would be able to see it. Like they would be able to finally grasp what you were saying. And they are open to discovery. Hi, Jesus Spirit, or Jesus Spirit, sorry. I don't know. Well, we say Jesus. Out here where I live, it's Jesus. Hey, Jesus Spirit. Yeah, you were open to discovery. It's like, because you had that key. And that key unlocked that door. And whenever you unlock that door, that was a powerful move. Not just that, but now you were able to understand what the storyteller was saying. All the intricate details and the keys that this storyteller had to help somebody unlock their own life. It's like, it's funny because now someone can understand the roots of abundance that they are feeling, and everything that you're saying, everything that someone is saying, they're listening intently. They are listening intently, and they are loving what they're hearing because they know it's the truth. They know that you're doing it in a loving way. And the way that you are your truths are coming out, the way that you are speaking, the way that you are living, the way that you are showing people how to live in a righteous way, that's shining through. You're able to see beyond. You're able to see beyond any given situation. You're able to see beyond any story. And this is what makes it sad to you. Because then now you're able to see that person that you held in such high esteem, that they were lying to you the entire time. It's like you had to look within. You had to look within and realize that, what? The way that person was acting, being, it's like it was almost starting to make that you turn into the same way. The person who's able to see through the veil, that person sees that they were starting to act the exact same way, like somebody It was the call of the muse to them, like the way that this person was acting. It's like it was pulling somebody in. Yeah, like I'm telling you, it's time for somebody to get out of the matrix. They knew that they couldn't do it anymore. It was affecting their body and their soul. And like I said, this person has a spirit of gratitude to you because they see everything that you went through and how no matter what you was going through, you stayed the same. You didn't allow pressure to make you back down. You saw it for what it was. You were able to see it for what it was. And this is what woke somebody up. It's almost like it was a burst of magic. It was able to wake this person up. That lion within them. They needed to have that courage. What's the message, Spirit? I love you more. Hey, Great People 13. Hey, Red Violet. Yep. Somebody listen to everything that you have to say. See, they was told before that you was talking all bullshit. You was never talking bullshit. You was just saying the things that somebody didn't want to hear. Something that it was too afraid to listen to. But now that they are awake, they know that you weren't talking bullshit. What's the message, Spirit? Yeah. It is what it is. It's like, you know, I think that you're the type of person that you don't try and change anyone. You don't try and change people. You let them wake up on their own time. You know, because the same way that you had to wake up, the same way that you had to realize and open up your eyes and swallow that big ass pill. It's like you try and teach people, you try and talk to people, maybe tell somebody, but you allow them to wake up on their own. You're no longer going to try and shake somebody awake. What's the message? Hey, Deborah. Yep, I am in the car, girl. I was going to try and go outside the room, the hotel room, but there was 1,000 people out there. I was like, and I was out there early. I was like, y'all don't sleep around here? Probably not, because there ain't nothing to do. I'm in Sedona, y'all. There ain't shit to do out here. Except if you a nature lover, you'll enjoy it. I'm a nature lover, but damn, there ain't nothing to do. Hi, Ray. How are you? Hold on. Yep. Something about somebody. Yeah, like I said, you allow people to wake up in their own time. You don't try and force nobody to do nothing. Because either they're going to get it or they're not. It's almost like by magic. People wake up and they go, damn, how come I never saw that before? How come I never saw that? How come I never noticed that blue spot? Have you ever noticed that blue spot at the top of the ceiling? It's like somebody's now they waking up. But whatever else is happening is they're coming into some abundance. Hey, Jasmine, how are you? How are you? Girl, Sedona, where I'm at, Sedona closed at 5. I was like, damn, who the hell want to sit in the room and watch TV? I didn't. Hi, Chosen for real. I was like, oh my gosh, ain't nothing to do right here. So I may be going back home later today. Oh, ain't nothing popping. They don't even make the drink strong, nothing. What's the message, Spirit? What's the message? Thank you. Yep. Something about somebody seeing something that they never saw before. The uncharted sea. Like they'd never seen this before. They never had an inkling. They never, like I said, you walking into a place and you're like, damn, when they put this old big redwood tree in the middle. And people are like, damn, that redwood tree been there. You ain't never seen that California redwood? No, as many times as I walked past there, I've never seen it. Sasha is with the babysitter. Sasha is with the babysitter. And she's been sending me videos and pictures. She looks so bored. She looks so out of place. She was looking yesterday like, I'm not getting out this car, Mommy. I'm not going nowhere. I'm not going with that lady to that lady's house. I was like, girl, get out the car. I'm getting ready to leave. Get out the car. She did not want to go. What's the message? So I may go back and pick her up early. If you don't have no spoiled dog, what's the use of having a dog, I guess? Hey, Paige, GTI, how are you? Jasmine, I live in Arizona. What's the message? Yep. What's the message, Spirit? Anything else from this stack? Anything else in this stack? Let's pull a few tarot while I'm out here before it gets too hot. Let's see. I was like, dang, where all these people come from this early in the morning? I call myself getting up early, too. All right, bottom of the deck. The Three of Cups. Yeah, and the Seven of Cups. With the Empress. Like somebody's saying, damn, I never really noticed this before. Or I never really noticed these people. I never really noticed this or that, Like something about this group confuses them. Something about the group confuses them. And it could be that, you know what? Maybe somebody within that group was not who they say they were, not the type of person that they say they were, not really an empress. This is somebody that could be somebody that, somebody come around and everything go to shit. It could be one of those types of people. Yeah, like somebody's trying to do some type of take some type of control, have some type of power, do some type of curse or something. Like over a family or something like that. To have some type of to make it so that people can only go through certain things whenever they say that it's okay for them to go through certain, like somebody just trying to control everything. Like I said, this is somebody that somebody learned a lesson about this person, made a final judgment call, and realized, damn, they didn't see that this person was a magician or a warlock all along. They did not see that this person was some type of a dark warlock all along. Somebody that was sitting here trying their hardest to pull the wool over somebody's eyes. trying their hardest to control somebody. And they couldn't see this. This is what was getting to this person. They could not see this. And this is why they know that, why you used to, why you was always had certain boundaries. You would say certain things. You wasn't doing that. You're not going there. Who's gonna be there? I'm not doing all that. No, because you was taking up for yourself. You was protecting yourself. You was making sure you was okay. Yeah, you had to make sure that you was okay. Now somebody want to send this message of love. And I feel like that message of love is just them letting you know that, you know what, that you was right all along. They was silly. They was acting silly. Now, how did I get these cards like this? Oh. What's the message? What's the message? Yep, something about somebody was holding back. Or somebody, they don't want to hold back anymore, but they holding back. They got something to, they got something to tell you. They got something to tell you about you protecting yourself when everybody else was trying to attack you. It's almost like they have to bare their soul. They have to unburden themselves with these secrets so that they can, I feel like they can feel lighter. What's the message? Anything else? Anything else? This Chariot card keeps wanting to come out. Yeah, something about you having to stand up for yourself. You fighting for yourself. And like I said, now somebody knows the truth about the whole situation. The whole truth. And now somebody they don't want to talk about something. Now they don't want to say these lies anymore. This could be somebody who was saying these false rumors about, family, and saying that you weren't this and you weren't that, whereas you see the Four of Wands is in reverse. This is like one of those families that don't get along, but now whatever is happening, somebody is woken up to the fact that, you're no longer there. And so therefore, it's no longer a matter of you not seeing things right, or you being the cause of the problems, or you this or you that. But whatever's happening is had to put an end to some conflict. Put into a lot of conflict. I feel like somebody really appreciates how you stand, how you walk, how you speak up for yourself. You can't make this up. They really appreciate you. You are one no game playing. You do not play no games. That's the part about it they love. What else, Spirit? What else? Yep. And the fact that I feel like, you know what, you were not afraid to take off, go in your own direction, because you knew something better was coming in. I feel like this is how this person thinks now. They're going to take off and go in their own direction because they know something better is coming in. You're going to hear something soon. You're going to hear something real soon. We're going to pull one or two more cards. Then I'm going to wrap it up. Yep. Something about you have everything that you need. You're gonna hear about something soon. Something that either you created or somebody created or it was being created or something. You're gonna hear something good. Mm-hmm. Something good and something that really benefits you. Something that really not just benefits you, something that you've been wanting to hear. This is like once you left, everything started coming into play. You went from your Eight of Cups and went directly to your Nine of Cups. And this is something major too. Something very major. I feel like God had your back. Yeah, y'all, I'm getting ready to leave up out of here. Everybody and their brothers walking around me. These people, they don't know how to sleep around here. All right, y'all. We're going to wrap it up right there. I think I'm going to go home. First night without my Sasha. So, hey. Yeah, and I know she's missing me because I've been watching the pictures that the, babysitter is sending. I miss her too. I told the babysitter I think I'm going to come home early. She was like, just let Sasha be here so she can get used to somebody else. Like, I'm all right. Oh, thank you so very much for that. What is that, a jewel or something? I appreciate it. Y'all, I'm getting ready to end this right here. I don't know how to turn this off, but I'm going to figure it out. I love y'all. Thank you so very much. And look for me a little bit later, either today or tomorrow. Thank you. Thank you, Ray. All right, y'all. I love you, and I will see you soon.